Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Caldwell.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Julia.
I'm Jacob.
And folks, the Drawfee gang, we got bad marks. We saw our report cards, but we received poor marks, and we must go back to school. We got to do a quick Billy Madison, just like real fast. It's back to school time, y'all.
Yay. Or no. Ooh.
Boo.
Yay learning, but boo having to do stuff, right?
Yeah, yay seeing your friends again, but boo cafeteria food.
No thanks.
I'd rather have fruit by the foot.
Which is impossible to eat at a school. Our school has banned.
That is a summer-only delicacy.
It'll get confiscated so quick. We're going to do a back-to-school video thanks to our suggestion from Hexagonal. Nathan, what was that suggestion one more time?
The suggestion was Draw High School the video game.
God, that would suck as a game.
If you took a video game to high school, you go to jail. You go to school
You
jail.
go to jail. Yeah.
Otherwise known as detention.
As I recall from my time in high school, any video games in school were immediately taken to school jail.
Which is that one drawer that your teacher has.
Man, do you ever wonder, like, that teacher's drawer that has all the cool stuff in it? Could you imagine how much cool stuff must have been in there?
Oh, man.
Like, if you could have gotten that drawer, a treasure trove would await you. So
many Game Boy Color games.
Damn, Link's Awakening DX. It's been so long. It's fun that you mention that because that's kind of the angle that I'm taking here. I think we can all maybe add on to this. So much of school that I recall is kind of just like not getting caught.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or in my case, getting caught.
Absolutely. I feel like I fell firmly into that camp as well. Not cool or talented. Very low dexterity.
Yeah. Low dexterity, low charisma.
I think that this is going to be like a sneaking game is what I'm getting at here.
Oh, a stealth game. A roguelike?
Roguelike implies that you die.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe like I feel like the penalty state is obviously that you have to go to detention.
Did you know that detention is the French word for little death?
It's true. Can confirm, very true.
Is this a bus? Is this a school bus?
No, it's just a bad car that I drew.
Okay. Is
okay.
this driving school?
No. I think that the first level of the game is going to be like the parking lot. So the kind of initial outing, I think, is that you have been tasked by your friends to go on a Taco Bell run.
Is this a school that does not have open lunch, I assume?
Absolutely. Like if you're on the headmaster's list, then like you could go off campus, but like your boy over here is definitely not on that list.
The headmaster's list. What school did you go to?
Did you go to Hogwarts? What is this?
I went to a fancy lad school.
Caldwell School for Fancy Lads.
Oh, the headmaster will be quite cross when he discovers my grilled
up.
stuffed burrito.
You didn't have a headmaster's list? I'm confused. All right, so what did you have at your school?
We had mandatory student IDs that had to be worn on your person at all times.
Sure.
And just a bunch of angry security guards.
Yeah, I had a lot of that. I had a principal, but he didn't have a list.
So could you go off campus, I guess is what I'm getting at here.
We couldn't go off campus at my school,
No.
No, mine neither.
Even if you made good marks?
regardless of your marks.
That's absolutely bollocks.
Oh, the sodas.
Ooh, that's tough to sneak with.
Well, I think that's going to be... I think that you can kind of like scale the difficulty.
How much Taco Bell you're carrying.
Exactly. But I do think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for improvised mischief. Like if you get a bunch of sauce packets, you could obviously use those as a distraction or like lay like a grease trap for the security guard or I guess probably less of a security guard, more of like a wrestling coach that's like tracking you down.
Caldwell School had a groundskeeper that would find you. A crotchety old groundskeeper.
Yeah.
I did not wake up early to get just freaking dragged through the mud.
Apparently you did.
Well, you shouldn't have been so fancy growing up, Caldwell.
Well, this is, I mean, we're recreating a classic school experience, which is just a surprise razzing.
Yeah.
That is true. I don't know. My thoughts on it is you kind of have different levels. But I think first mission is definitely off campus lunch. You've snuck off campus, yeah, and like maybe I do think that ID cards could play in because that's like a classic sneaking thing. It's like if you've got an ID card, you could get to different areas. I feel like maybe one of the final missions would be like infiltrate the teacher's lounge and I don't know, steal someone's mug just as a goof.
I feel like for me, when I was in high school, every moment of every day was a sneaking mission.
Mm.
Like I was always sneaking past like the people I didn't want to notice me,
Right.
or the people I didn't want to talk to, or the teachers I didn't like, or the people in the cafeteria that were going to say mean stuff. It's nothing but sneaking all the time, a constant sneak, trying to remain under the radar.
All right, so I think that we're gonna need like a security guard again, maybe the wrestling coach as I mentioned, because like when he's not coaching wrestling, he's just kind of probably doing like PE related activities.
He's just prowling around angrily.
He's got like a flashlight, even though it's daytime.
Just to shine in your eyes.
It's just because he bought it and it was very expensive and he never gets to use it. High school, not a lot happens at a high school at night, so.
Yeah, but he does come to the school at night anyways and
Yeah.
prowl around even more.
He sleeps there for sure. I think that's gonna be like one of the revelations of the game is that you do empathize with your teachers a little more than you expected to, and you're like, dang, you're just a person. This life ain't great for you either, I suppose.
Yeah, I get to leave school when I'm done with my high school tenure, and you get to stay here.
All right, so I think that I'm feeling pretty good about this kind of initial setup here.
Does the student you've drawn have a face?
He's wearing a hat.
This is a hat.
Oh my god.
That's the angle of the hat.
Oh.
Nathan, couldn't you tell because of my good arts that I did?
No, I thought you
Oh
gave.
my
I saw
god!
it.
Oh, it's all clear to me now.
It looked-
It shifted before my very
Yeah,
eyes.
it to me looked like you had just sort of drawn eyebrows and like a Muppet. It does look like a Muppet right
sure.
now.
Well, it's kind of like a rough approximation.
Okay.
Yeah, the circle on the hat looks like the nose of a Muppet, and
Oh my
the rim of
God.
the hat looks like a smile.
So if I did like eyes here,
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's what me and Nathan were seeing the whole time.
Yeah, I was very confused.
all right. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. I feel good about this. Do y'all want to hop in and maybe do other missions on this tactical Taco Bell espionage adventure?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've set up, this is sort of a stealth game. This is mission 1 is trying to just do a basic sneak. You've inspired me, Caldwell. You reminded me of a guy at my high school would do this.
Yeah.
He would do this thing, and he was absolutely not supposed to. So I think let's keep this cool baseball bud.
And I feel like I made that gendered. We probably could have thrown a ponytail on there if we wanted.
Oh sure,
to.
yeah. You can play as whoever you want in high school.
The only
video game.
requirement is that you wear a baseball cap.
You have to wear baseball cap, which is absolutely not allowed. But like,
I think that's kind of the like sneak mission 0 is you're wearing a baseball cap even though you are super not allowed to. Hats off indoors.
That's your character's way of demonstrating their commitment to the sneak.
The headmaster wants to confiscate that and put it in the cabinet.
The drawer of cool shit.
I think that the last mission in this game is liberating the drawer of cool shit, but the true ending is buying drugs.
It really ramps up in the
Yeah.
final hidden mission.
It's not even weed. That shit's legal. You gotta buy cocaine.
Yeah, you got to buy some hard stuff.
I want to hear more about Nathan's high school experience and this one guy that did the one thing.
and this is sort of, I think, the progression of the game. Is it starts off sneaking, but eventually you start getting a reputation. Like you're the student who goes out and gets the illegal lunch burritos, and you start a business. And here's the thing: the illegal lunch burritos. Guess who also doesn't get to have burritos at lunch normally?
Oh no.
Teachers?
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you getting the higher ups involved in your scheme?
Wow.
This is what he did. He got all of the security guards in on it. It was Jamaican beef patties at my school. This one kid would just go out, he would get the Jamaican beef patties, he'd sell them to whoever wanted, including the security guards. And so this is absolutely an option for an enterprising youth.
All right, so I do think the one thing that I missed in my drawing was that I didn't have any bars or metrics involved. Now, it does seem like you're going to have like a respect system, like a rank some sort of rank system going on here.
Oh, maybe you could have like different skills. Like you have to level up like your athleticism to really run across the streets or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Grand Theft Auto 3 style, where like
Yeah.
the more you do a thing. I said Grand Theft Auto 3 instead of Skyrim,
Yeah.
which probably would have been the stronger touchstone.
Or Persona, which is a game that actually takes place in high school that also has a bunch of stats that you level.
Yeah, but I imagine you're going to be doing a lot of crime in this.
Absolutely.
So you got
True.
stats that go up as you use them
Mhm.
and work your way around the school.
Now, how do you know, Nathan, if one of these security guards isn't secretly a mole for the headmaster?
I think that's something we can possibly get into later. But like right now, everything seems chill.
Everything does seem chill. Like, this person's just got a backpack full of burritos. I can think of no chiller circumstance.
This is what high school was, right? It was sneaking burritos around. That's all I remember.
It was putting all of your energy towards things that were not your schoolwork or studying.
Absolutely.
So you would put like way more energy into like starting a fake burrito enterprise, but you would not learn calculus.
I was definitely one of the kids that just kind of hung out under the stairwell and goofed with my friends.
Yeah, you were part of the goof troop.
I was absolutely part of a goof troop. But if somebody had rumbled down the stairwell and been like, hey, Martin is selling burritos at lunch today, I would absolutely be on board with that. And that just feels like a very natural thing that would happen, is that somebody would get a scheme. People were scheming all the time in high school.
Is this the same coach that
That was
was
in
you
the
were
parking
trying to
lot?
sneak by, or is this a different coach?
I think every coach looks kind of like. Yeah, I'll make this a slightly different coach. He's got some like hair here and a little bit of a comb over going.
I like that they're all just palette swaps. Like, all the teachers and coaches look the exact same.
They all kind of did. Like, I was trying to remember the name of the attendance lady at my school, and I fully blotted it out. I don't remember her name. I remember her build. Maybe while you're upping your diplomacy, you've lowered your sneak, and so she's peeking around the corner.
So yeah, the more you like grow your enterprise, I think that definitely does reduce your stealth because everyone starts noticing you now.
Yeah.
Unless you start using, like, minions, maybe.
Yeah, you start sending out other people. You form a
Ooh.
full enterprise here.
So this game so far we have a sneaking mission, we have stuff to boost your stats, and now we have like a tycoon game.
Yeah,
A high school tycoon.
totally. Oh, High School Tycoon would be a good game.
Yeah.
There she is.
Is she just shrieking?
No, so that's
Oh, I see. That's a chin.
yeah.
We're having trouble interpreting each other's drawings today.
Yeah, we really
I like the idea that she would just go around the corner and shriek like an alarm, and then you have to run and hide until the heat wears off.
Burritos!
It's
that-
nice. It works like Jaws though, in that you have a little bit of warning of when she's about to show up.
So
You
is
see
she
her very far
shrieking
away.
before she sees you? She's just shrieking down the hallway.
Well, she senses something is up, so she just starts shrieking immediately.
so you've got to
She-
All right, so she
smells
is
the
shrieking.
burritos.
Okay, so we're just going to
Yeah, let's give her a shriek face.
Yeah, this is about to become a quick time event. But not before you did up your diplomacy.
Oh, let's get a cash up too, because
Oh yeah.
you're getting that moolah.
All right. So we got up diplomacy and then up cash.
I think my favorite thing about this video game is it is probably the only video game in existence that will have a truancy bar.
Yeah, if you just don't go to school, that goes way up.
Oh yeah, I mean you could max truancy. I don't. There's no reward for it, but like it is
No.
kind of an unlockable achievement for sure.
All right. Someone else should draw.
That's me.
Do you think that if you befriend the geeks down in the science lab, that you could maybe develop a tracker that you could put into the burrito, so you would have a radar map of where all the beefy gym coaches are?
Oh, there are absolutely different like factions that you can farm reputation with. And
Oh
then,
my
like,
god. And
di-
also you go against like the head high schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
The seniors.
Yeah, like the seniors who are in charge of keeping everyone in line.
Yeah, there are like definitely these side sort of mini games where you can
Oh,
attempt
yeah.
to build your faction points. But kind of what I'm thinking here is this is a different type of stealth mission.
Okay.
One that I recall having to participate in my time in high school, which is that you're selling all these burritos.
Yes.
Right? But also, you're a high schooler. You're definitely also getting high on your own supply here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're noshing Reets like constantly, right?
Oh, I think I know where this is going, but
So you're gonna have to hide a toot.
yes.
Because if you've been in high school, you know that if you fart and people hear it, that's it for you. You're dead. You're done.
At least 60% of my time in high school was just hoping to God no one heard me toot.
Yeah, exactly. That's so much of it. And I think people forget. They forget how much time they had to spend just not letting people hear them fart.
You guys are just making me wonder if I went to high school.
What did you do in high school? Did you never
Julia,
fart?
Did you never fart in high school?
I don't remember this being such a large concern of mine.
I've heard legend of the fartless one, but to stay in their presence.
Did you never have a moment in school, Julia, where you farted really loud and everyone heard it and laughed at you?
No.
How? How not?
You're the lucky one, Julia.
No, because Julia
I was the good student.
A good student never farts?
A good student never farts.
That is true. That is one of the headmaster's primary rules.
It was on our rule book. Rule number 1, a good student never farts.
Now, Julia, did you never truly fart, or were you always just carrying a big saxophone?
I bet
I
she was
can't give away
saxing
my
it.
secrets.
You were definitely saxing it. So yeah, we're going to have a little blush here.
Okay.
That's the only indicator that you're tooting.
Yeah, you have an embarrassment meter, and I think if you become too embarrassed, you lose a lot of the goodwill you've garnered with the other groups because they can't be seen associating with a known tutor.
With a known tutor, yeah.
There's going to be so many meters and bars in this game.
It truly, that's what high school feels like. It feels like you're managing a million different things, and then you also still have to do homework, and it's like, what?
I'm already doing so much.
I'm already doing so much. I just want to make sure no one's mad at me today. Just none of my so-called friends get mad at me for some dumb shit I said because I don't know what I'm doing.
I like to think that you can end the game at any time by just deciding to play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for your Game Boy SP.
Oh yeah, that is a built-in within the game. You can always stop and play, just like how in Time Splitters you can stop and play Snake.
Yeah. Do you just have a button that is mapped to sax?
Yeah, there is a dedicated sax button. So you got to be careful because if you accidentally hit that while you're trying to sneak through the parking lot, you're gonna blast sax.
So you've got crouch.
Accidental sax blast.
Your buttons are just crouch and sax. That's it.
Crouch and sax, yeah.
Yeah, and then dialogue options will pop up when you enter the encounter mode.
Gosh, that's a nasty poot.
Oh my god, yeah. How many burritos worth of poot
So
do you think that is?
We got poot there and we got toot here.
A discerning
your
eye, a discerning ear.
You want your toot to be larger than your poot, and that's how you know no one can hear.
Oh, it's like a rhythm game. So it's like you have a bar and you have to try and match the toot to the poot perfectly. And if you get a perfect, then no one knows.
Yeah, then no one knows. If you get it a little off, then it's like, oh, someone has an indication. Like someone thinks maybe you tooted.
One of your NPC classmates goes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to know who's like the class clown who's gonna immediately draw attention to you. Like, oh my god!
I think more accurately, one of your NPC classmates goes, and that's like you start hearing like those dopey giggles, and then you know that maybe someone is aware. So we're gonna get like a couple more characters in here.
Now, I do like to think another trick you could pull is that you stay up too late and give yourself a cold, and then you pass it on to everyone else, and then they can't smell toots very well. That's a very complex, a lot of overlapping systems.
Yeah, it introduces them over the course of the game. It lets you sort of develop an understanding of them. Is this game just called High School?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
I like that. That's so minimalist. That's very fun.
This guy's wearing a turtleneck, so no one like takes his opinion too seriously.
Part of tooting is part of pooting is making sure you get your toot off, but also you want to try and position yourself. Like I imagine like a countdown begins, and so you have to try and position yourself as close to like someone with as little clout as possible.
Because every student in the game has a vision, smell, and hearing cone, and their cones can all be positioned in different directions.
But like this character, for instance, that I'm drawing right now, he's playing like a bassoon or some nerd shit.
Yeah. God, what a dweebus.
So like A, no one's gonna listen to him, and B, he's also like a known pooter. So you want to be near people you can cast the blame on if you need to.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
So like you could blame this guy for the poot and get away with it like one time for like a freebie if you really mess up.
Mm-hmm. What age are you in the video game Bully? Because I'm feeling like this is clearly a public high school. There are no uniforms. That's got some of the same themes, right?
I think it's got a lot of the same themes. I think we just made Bully 2.
Well, people have been asking for that.
Bully 2 public school, and also a little older. How old are they?
I feel like you're like a freshman in that game.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I know in that game you're like a bad misbehaving boy, and so that's why you get sent to the special school.
Gotcha.
And I think that in this one, maybe you're more of like a Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, you're a fun prankster.
Your reputation exists kind of outside of the normal parameters of school. Just everyone, you're some sort of weird immortal imp that just kind of hangs out at the school and everyone respects for some reason.
Just like high school.
Do you have to play notes?
It doesn't really matter.
Is it like the ocarina?
But the more you eat burritos, the more you have to poot, and thus the more you have to toot, and the more you toot, you do get better at saxophone.
Do you think, is there a level where you could get so good at tooting that people would be like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that with your butt?
Well, it depends on if you go down like the prankster or class clown career path.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If you go down that, you can use your poots to your advantage.
Now, I'm pretty sure that Bully didn't have skill trees, so I think we got him beat there.
Yeah, we definitely got him beat there.
Julia, do you want to draw one final scene?
One final scene.
One last
Yes.
ride.
What's the most daring thing you did in high school?
Literally the only thing that I ever did wrong was that, so I went to a private school and my top button wasn't buttoned and I got detention.
Oh, shit.
That's it.
I think that in this video game, you would definitely be the rival of the main character.
Yeah, I'm the one that's always like, I'm not ratting people out. That wasn't me, but I was just the one that was minding my own business.
Yeah, you're like the Squidward of this, where you just like you're trying to live your life.
The look.
To call someone the Squidward,
Yeah, thanks, Caldwell.
incredibly brutal.
You're just trying to live your life, and this prank demon is going around causing ruckuses and not getting in trouble for it. And yet you come to school without your top button buttoned, and you get roasted over the coals.
I get thrown over under the bus.
Thrown over the bus.
Thrown over and under the bus.
Get thrown over the bus seems like you're being saved.
Yeah, but then she lands under another bus.
Yeah.
So over
That's
one
my
under
luck.
the other.
Julie, I'm sorry I called you Squidward.
This is the meanest thing you've ever said to me, and I would like to protest. I'm never coming onto the show ever again.
You're definitely more of a plankton.
An agent of chaos.
I'm an agent of chaos.
So I remember, because I also was not a misbehaving kid. I would get in trouble, but not because I wanted to. But my favorite thing that would happen was like teachers would get angry at the students that were cutting class, but obviously they weren't there because they were cutting class. So they would just yell at the students who were there.
Sure.
They would just be mad and just be like, why do you guys think it's okay to cut class? And
We're the ones in class.
we're the ones who are here.
So the school day's got to end, right?
It must.
It must. It must. So I feel like at the end of the day, you go home and you go to bed, and then you have those high school nightmares.
Oh,
Is this game got dream sequences?
So it's got dream sequences.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is it like Night in the Woods where you can kind of pilot your dream sequence and you got to go around and collect spirit musicians?
That would be great, but I feel like high school dreams are always worse than that.
Yeah, that's true. They're
It
much
just
worse.
becomes a survival horror game.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Game of the year, GOTY.
Oh, and the stats you accumulate during the day, like, come back to haunt you.
Yes.
Like, it affects it affects what sort of stress dream you're having.
Yeah, like if you spend all day tooting and pooting, you're definitely going to get chased by some sort of steampunk ass monster at night.
Definitely.
Steampunk Ass Monster is the name of my band. Oh, Julia, this face you've drawn is so good already.
Thank you. I had to set the tone.
I feel like we're really getting into some persona territory now. Like in the day you hone your stats, and then at night you have to go through these dungeons fighting monsters, but they're the monsters of your own psyche. That's literally persona.
I guess there already are high school video games.
Yeah, there kind of already are high school video games.
But this is high school, the video game,
Not high school, exclamation point, exclamation point.
colon, the video game.
Finally, it's a video game.
That's the quote on the box. Just, finally, it's a video game, Caldwell Tanner.
No, yeah, it doesn't even have my last name. It just says, finally, it's a video game, and then my name, Caldwell. And then, who's the number one video game critic?
Leonard Maltin.
Leonard Maltin's like, so many charts. Hate it.
Not for me, no thank you.
What was everyone's most dire high school dream?
Oh, man, I still get those.
Yeah, I do too.
I
have
get,
them all the
like,
time.
at this point, it's just, like, nebulous school. Like, maybe it's high school, maybe it's college. It's just that, like, I'm me now, but someone shows up and is like, oh, you never actually passed science. You actually don't know anything about science, which is true. I don't, but I still graduated. But someone finds the paperwork and is like, oh, wait a minute.
You want to hear about some bullshit that I experienced of late? I had a serialized high school nightmare.
Wow.
Where, like, I took a history test one night, and then, like, a week later, I got the test back.
How'd you do? Not well, I assume.
I got a 60. I did bad.
That's really bad.
You didn't pass.
No.
Yeah, which, like, I didn't even do super poorly. I failed, obviously, but, like...
I'm impressed you got some questions right.
Yeah, well, it's history, you know. I think I remember some of it.
Is it just his head?
That would be great. But I'm trying to think of like what like Silent Hill-esque monster.
Pencilman.
Yeah. Okay.
Pencilman?
Yeah. Okay, I like that a lot.
The number 2 pencilman. Is that still a thing? I've been out of high school for so long now. Is everything digital, or are number 2 pencils still?
Oh, they're still using them. I actually, I'm back in the game. I'm back in high school.
Oh, nice. Thanks,
Oh,
Caldwell.
you actually did go back.
Caldwell's our man on the inside.
That's my prank, is every year I enroll in high school and see how long I can go before they kick me out.
So far, not even a single day.
Yeah. You show up and someone says, hey, what are you doing here? And then you just go, oh, oops. And then you leave.
Got him.
Oh, no.
Oh, the pencilman.
You just hear him like screeching up with the pencils just dragging on the ground.
I can't wait for us to get a suggestion that's like, hey, Drawfee, I love it when you draw normal things that take place during the day. Please draw that. And then
I'll
Julia
mess it
somehow
up.
has to figure out how to warp it to her sensibility.
Normal things that happen during the day. Yeah. Yeah, if you want an episode of us drawing normal things that happen during the day, leave it in the comments. Exactly that.
Oh, no.
Our most normal episode yet.
The pencilman. Oh, he cometh.
His feet are erasers. That's good.
Oh, and this would be so good because you could track their movement because of the pencil marks on the floor.
Oh, but the erasers would erase them. So you have to find the eraser
smudge,
dust.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
gonna
the
be some
smudge.
smudge.
You could hear the erasing, though. And I think that's probably like what they sound like when they're moving. It's just kind of like a...
God, yeah, that'd be so scary to hear that coming around the corner.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
And you know that the pencil man approach.
It's scary because you know the pencilman's coming, and also because it reminds you of being in class.
And then one day, you're eating burritos with your friends, and you're like, "Oh, I had a dream about this weird pencilman last night." And then they all drop their burritos at the same time and say, "Me too."
Yeah, that's where the game takes a turn.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun just reminiscing about high school memories with your friends? We all remember the pencilman who came for us in our nightmares and eventually followed us into the waking world.
Yeah.
Desperately searching for a portal.
No one graduates high school until they've defeated the pencilman.
I remember at my graduation,
Yeah?
my name was called and I went up and I went to shake hands with the principal and he handed me the diploma. But then when I went to take it from him, he gripped it even tighter and I couldn't pull it away. And I looked up and it was the pencilman there instead of the principal. And my head was filled with just a resounding shriek and I blacked out. And when I woke up, I'd graduated.
you were a sophomore in college.
Yeah.
Julia, this is horrifying. This is so scary.
Hello, child. You didn't pass your exams.
All right, so I think this is done. This is the high school thing. You just have to escape him for long enough until you wake up.
Yep.
I think.
High school is basically trying to run away from a pencilman's worth of responsibilities until you're out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you're allowed to drink alcohol.
So this is the high school video game.
Welcome back to school, kids.
Welcome back to school. Don't let the pencilman get you. This has been Drawfee. Let us know if you want us to draw regular stuff you do during the daytime or any other suggestions you might have.
Normal animals you'd see at the zoo and nothing else.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope everybody who's going back to school has a good time. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
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 Don't forget to poot. Then toot.